What's up, guys? Thank you all for coming to an episode of Untapped or Untapped Potential Lives, and I have a very special guest. Thank you for coming to today's episode.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's so long overdue.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in such a long
time.
I
know.
Yeah,
I know, man.
It's been years. It's been a while. But hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Hope all is well.
Same for you.
Yeah, life's been.
Life
just kicks you.
But you're still here, you know?
Yeah.
Still here and kicking.
Yeah, pushing through it. Yeah. Dude, you've been doing art for a long ass time.
Yeah. I think about it sometimes and it just doesn't feel like I have. Like I still feel like I'm like 2 years in. And then I like count back and I'm like, wait, I did that in like 2018. I did that in 2017.
Yeah.
I did that in 2016. Like what the fuck, bro? I think the reason for that is like with COVID, like we lost a year. I feel like with like not doing anything, like no contact with anybody, like that shit was kind of, I don't know, it made me think a lot, like, and I think a lot of people just kind of had to think, like they were forced to, but
yeah, be alone with your thoughts, huh?
Yeah, like
it's kind of terrifying.
yeah, but it's necessary, I think. But yeah, like it's been a long journey, but there's just still so much shit that I want to do, like, and I'm trying to be more present. Like I'm trying to get better about not thinking when I get this or when I do this, like this will be, like just having fun with it and being open, like I was telling you, to like make mistakes and make stuff that you don't think is that great, because there's still a reason for it, that's still like your expression. And your art's not going to be for everybody. Like, that's what I've realized, too.
You most certainly have to fail in order to, like, be great, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started over, like, on my books so many times.
Yeah? Did you keep each draft, though, or did you, like...
I still have them.
Oh, okay.
I have them. Yeah, I'm erasing them.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, so what are you looking forward to like in the future? Like what are you gonna do? Exactly.
I think about that question literally every day. Like what's the reason? Like why? What do you want to do? And I think like everything that I've done up to this point is really just to communicate with people and help people. So whatever that looks like in the future, like that's where I want to be. Like right now, I'm helping my friend Katie, whoever posted her art, so she goes by the real Slim Katie. She, yeah, but she always like would tell me like, Bree, I want you to be like my manager. Like I just want to make art. Like I want you to like, help me get booked for shows and like do stuff like that. Bullshit.
It's so easy to do. Like, people do that all the time. They're like, oh fuck.
That sounded kind of cool though. It sounded like some bells or something. She wants to plan her own event or whatever, so I'm like helping her kind of do that and help with like the creative direction stuff. So it's like I'm still being creative, but I'm also helping somebody else. So I think that would be like my title, I guess, is a creative director, or even a manager. Like I wouldn't mind managing like artists, like it's kind of cool. Yeah. It's, because that creative part is what's really gonna like make me want to do it. Like if it's something that I get to play with and help somebody else out in return, like that's what I want. So yeah.
What's your favorite type of art style that you like doing? Like from hair coloring to painting.
I know, it's just so many, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
A lot of different art styles.
I have, and the thing is, as I think it started with makeup, because when I was like in 6th grade, like I started wearing eyeshadow, and I would wear like, I was in 6th grade wearing like green eyeshadow, like green shimmering eyeshadow, and like dark ass black liner. Like I don't know why, but I started watching like YouTube videos of like beauty gurus and shit, like Michelle Phan, like anybody who's watch YouTube like in like beauty videos and shit know who she is, like, cause she was like the it girl, and like just watching her like do like different transformations. Like I saw her, she turned herself into Sailor Moon, like with just makeup, like, and I was like, yo, that shit's so cool, like, you know, just thinking outside of the box as far as like what makeup can do.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then painting and stuff kind of came in high school when I did costume design. So I couldn't sew because I took costume design and costume construction, and I couldn't make my pillow. Like, it just wasn't good. But I like drawing it, and I like coming up with like the concepts and stuff, and like painting with watercolor, which was cool. And then college came. I was depressed. I was like, yo, like, I hate school. I don't want to do this. But yeah, so just kind of seeing something and then identifying with it, and then figuring out, okay, how do I want to portray this? Do I want to do a painting? Do I want to do body painting? Do I want to make a jacket? Like that kind of thing. So just being curious really is just my thought process, and not worrying too much about the end result. Just kind of figuring out how can I make this myself, kind of thing. I don't know. It's just that discovery like really interests me, and just learning new things. Like when I had did, I don't know if you had saw it or not, but I posted on Instagram, like I did like a Harvey Dent kind of tutorial, and I made my own prosthetics like with flour and latex. And I was just like, yo, this shit's so cool, because like just the whole process. I think that's what I love the most about making something, is just the process.
Yeah.
And so I love that I'm looking at it like at that point versus being like, oh, like a lot of people would like this, you know? Like if I do this, a lot of people would like it, versus like going the route of, I want to try this, or like I want to see what this would look like, you know? So that's kind of like my creative process, is just kind of discovery and
being more experimental.
Yeah, being more open.
Instead of like limiting yourself just to please other people.
Right, yeah. And I'm just gonna paint this because, you know, or, you know, just putting in my box of I'm just a painter, you know, and I think, yeah, what?
So question, so like do you ask people like for their like opinion on stuff, like when it comes to artwork, or do you just kind of just freeball it?
Sometimes I do. I do ask for suggestions, but for the most part, it's I'll usually ask like somebody whose opinion like I really care about. So like my boyfriend, for example, like he's a creative too, and like, you know, we can have like disagreements, but not have them be like arguments. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. Yeah, like. And so he's not a yes man either, and I've never been a yes man, so he'll be like, I don't know about that, or like, you know, maybe try it this way, and I do the same with him too, and so we like feed off of each other kind of with that. So I usually ask him, or, you know, I'll ask, like if I'm doing a portrait, I'll, you know, hit up my friend Katie and be like, hey, like, could you help me with this, or how do you think I should, you know, get this to look like that? But that's if I can't figure it out. Or if I'm just super indecisive and I don't know like which way I should go. Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. Okay. Well, question, so how does tarot cards work? I've never understood those.
So the way I explain them is, it's like my first impression, because, you know, I grew up in a Christian household, was that those are the devil, and you know, you only see psychics use them and stuff like that, right? Right? And so, yeah, because that's what you see in the movies too. Yeah. But they don't necessarily, I mean, I personally don't think they tell the future. I think what they show is the energy around you.
Okay.
So, as an example, like I told you, I was messing with them yesterday, because I do have a deck of my own. I haven't really played with it as much as I should, but my cousin had like hella, and like...
to try one.
Yeah, and like the art on them too is like it's really cool, and it inspires me too. But yeah, so basically, it reads the energy around you. So like I'll read you the 3 words that it basically gave me, which was patience, because that's something that me and patience have a weird relationship. Like, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I can't be patient for shit. And I'm learning, like, you have, like, great things take time, bro. Great things take time. And
yeah, we live in a microwave society, so that's kind of why everything's like quick pace.
what is it?
Microwave.
Microwave society? That's what it's called?
That's what I say. Like, it's just so fast because
Oh, true.
So
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
you know, instant gratification. Like, I want success now.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's my money and I need it now.
Like, you really need that shit now.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Yeah. And that's why, too, like, I want to move out of the U.S.
Yeah.
At some point. Like, or honestly, even if it's not outside of the U.S., like, in another state where there's a lot more nature and a lot more, like, I can, you know, be secluded, like, away from busyness, but still have, like, that city, you know, like, where I can, like, when I do want to be social and, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was patience, waiting for the right moment. Infinity, no limits, perseverance, which is what I was saying is, like, you know, I just need to keep being persistent and not water myself down. Like, I know that these things are attainable. So, like, basically, like, yeah, just, you know, there's no limits. And what other words did I get? Knowing oneself, self-analysis, identity, which that's what I've been kind of going through is, like, I've been more focused on, like, my purpose and, like, spirituality. Like, I need to devote more time to that relationship too, like my spiritual relationship with me and, you know, God, creator, the divine.
I felt that too. I felt that.
Yeah. And just, you know, having more, you know, intentions with that, because I have a little altar, which it's not like I pray or anything like that. Well, I mean, you can pray, but it's not like a typical altar. It's like I have pictures of my grandpa, my tia, and then my cousin who've all passed away. And so it's cool because I have it, like, by the desk that I work at, because I told you I work from home. So I have it, like, right there, so I see it, like, every morning. And it's just, you know, that reminder of they're living through me, you know? And, like, they wouldn't want me to quit. So, you know, I'm being guided, and I'm being, you know, helped by them too, you know, behind the scenes. It's not for everybody, you know. Some people like to read scriptures from the Bible every day. That's cool. You know, I want to be able to pull a card from my tarot every day and say, like, you know, that's going to be my message for the day, or that's going to be, like, my, you know, what I think about for the day. Because there's also oracle cards, which are a little bit different, because those will be, like, just words. So it could be, like, trust yourself, or, like, you know, speak up, yes, no. Like, it'll be, like, single words. So those are pretty cool too, because those are, like, user friendly. Like the tarot cards, there's aces, there's pentacles, there's cups, there's wands. So those all are, like, the 4 elements. So earth, fire, water, earth. Wait.
Earth, fire, water, air.
Air. Yeah, I forgot about air. Earth, fire, water, air. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
And so, you know, those each represent the different elements. So it could be, like, you could relate it to, like, an astrology sign. So, like, I'm an Aquarius, so that would be, like, an air, you know, tarot card or whatever. So, like, or if you're dealing with somebody and they're, like, a Leo, it could be, like, a Wands fire card, which is for fire. So it's that kind of thing. So the tarot's a little bit, like, more, but even then, like, it's all for your interpretation. Like, I've heard of people saying, like, you have to be gifted your first tarot deck, or, like, you have to know what all the cards mean before you buy one, and, like, there's no rules to it. It's however you feel. If you feel guided to buy, you know, a specific deck or something, then get it, because that's not for no reason. I feel like that's with a lot of shit, is, like, everything happens for a reason. Like that's literally
Choices.
been like, yeah, that's literally been like put in me since I was a kid. Like that saying is everything happens for a reason. It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, like I told you about Target, that they they didn't hire me because I didn't have enough experience, even though I have 7 years of retail experience, and like 3 of those years I was a manager.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have the job that I have now, which I get to work from home, you know, and I work on my own time. Like I don't have somebody looking over my shoulder making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
That's so nice.
So everything happens for a reason, you know, like what they say, rejection is redirection. So it's like it didn't work out, but let's see what else could, you know, in another reality, in another dimension, you know, like I you know, I think it's foolish to think that we're the only people like living right now, you know. There's so many different levels of time and space, and
dude, it's
yeah.
It was crazy, bro. Like we'll never see it.
I think
it's like fly.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I think it's possible to visit. Like,
You think so?
like astral projection.
Okay, well
like,
yeah, that.
Obviously we won't see all of it, but I think we can tap into like a certain bit of it.
Yeah.
And just, you know, I think that's what like our ancestors and shit did, like for real. Like they had their spiritual practices and, you know, worked and played and stuff like that, and it's like, you know, I feel like as a society we need to move more towards that too, and
Oh yeah.
we'll just be a lot more
well-rounded.
Peaceful, yeah, and just
well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded for sure.
Good people, huh?
I mean, I would hope, right?
Yeah,
but
better people.
But you have to have that
balance.
So, but yeah. So tarot's basically like just reading your energy, and it gives you clarity. Like if you're going through something, you're like, damn, I hear you. Like, I hear you. Okay, got it. So
give it a try.
Yes, dude, please. Like I try to explain it.
I was gonna ask you about astrology. Like I know our signs are compatible, like friendship, you know, good conversation.
What was your sign again?
It's Gemini.
Oh yeah, see, I already knew.
Yeah.
I already knew. Yeah, Geminis are cool. You know, we got that air energy, so very. And it's funny because like how you couldn't find your memory card. I was like, bro, same. I be losing shit all the time. All the time.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And I'm guessing you overthink a lot too. You think of a lot of scenarios in your head.
So I'm a good writer.
Yeah.
So I'm a good writer.
I feel you.
Yeah.
We live in our heads. Like air sign people live in their heads. Even Libras too. Like my mom's a Libra, and she'll just be. Oh really? Oh, so you already know.
Yeah.
You already know, bro.
Do you game? You don't game, do you?
Like game? Nah. I dabble.
Just a Switch?
Well, we have a PS4. No, PS5. No, PS4. PS4.
Wow.
No. My stepdad has a fucking PS5. That shit just sits there, and they just use it for fucking Netflix and shit. Yeah, bro.
Dude,
I mean, they play sometimes. Like they'll play Mortal Kombat and shit. But like, bro. And the thing is he got the Xbox One, and then he went and exchanged it for the PS5 because I don't know. I guess he wasn't feeling it or whatever. But and he got like the deluxe, whatever the fuck. I don't know. That he's a Libra too, by the way.
Okay, so that's why.
They're both Libras, so 2 Libras, bro. They just spend money, bro. But I'm like, if you got it like that, sure, like.
Yeah. Might as well.
Right, but. And I mean, he takes care of my mom, so I'm like.
Yeah.
You know, that's just them. That's just their preference. They just like to ball out. I'm not like that. I would feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know, we gonna cut some corners and shit, Klarna, after pay.
Isn't that what they like? You like just pay?
In increments. But I saw something on Twitter that said that they're gonna start basically it's gonna start hitting your credit now, which is bullshit. Right? They just, bro.
Like
they just out to get us.
They find loopholes to fuck you. They literally find loopholes to fuck you.
Bro. So, and it's funny too because I literally used Afterpay for the first time this year in February.
Yeah, I use well, not that, but I use
Or
like,
Klarna.
Amazon.
Oh, the Amazon has one too?
The Amazon gift card shit.
Oh,
thing,
shit.
But it's like, what
Damn.
the fuck? You know, I'm sure that's gonna affect.
That's gonna be a thing too. Yeah.
Fucking credit also, basically. So.
That's bullshit. I used it because I was like, I don't want to spend this much on. This for my birthday dress that I didn't even end up wearing. But I was like, I'm just gonna do payments. So, and yeah, and then I didn't even end up wearing it. But yeah, and then I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, bruh. I was like, this is cool. Like, I get to have my shit, but like not pay for it, all of it. You know?
Yeah.
It's cool. That's a cool concept. But now y'all want to like fuck up my credit because I can't afford all of it right now.
Yeah. It's like, wow. Like, why do they do that?
They hate us. They just want us in jail.
Yeah.
Or dead. Or in debt. The 3Ds. Oh no. Jails with the J. The detention center.
Yeah, detention. Yeah. Thank you all for coming to this. Thank you all for coming for today's episode.